dealerships, or should I say Stealerships, because I'm about to spend a ton of money. My KTM 690 has hit 6,000 miles. It's taken me 3 years, so you can judge me if you want, but that means I need to do the first major servicing. And that first major servicing includes read on the fault memory using the KTM diagnostics tools, program the shift shaft sensor, check the electrical system and functioning property.
Many hours later.
Make a service entry in the KTMdealer.net network. So they're doing a lot of things, but theoretically what they're doing is the valve check, which is something that, it's not that I don't want to do it, but I just don't have confidence in myself for doing it. And then checking every other bolt and nut and changing all the fluids and, well, I guess bringing it to tip-top shape. Now you may be asking me, well, I mean, on your channel, you do a lot of that stuff yourself. Like, you've changed the coolant, you changed the oil, you do a lot of these maintenance things on your own. Why don't you just do this? And, well, to be honest, I do like when KTM professionals actually look at this motorcycle every once in a while, because remember, I am not the best mechanic. But then that brings the question, well, why don't you go to like a third-party dealer or a non-KTM dealer or your buddy right around the street who's been doing this for the last 15 years? And while many of them are actually really pretty good, and I've used them for a lot of things, from tires to adjustments to, I mean, heck, just look at these wheels. You think that a KTM dealer is going to do this? I don't think so. The one thing that I've always noticed is that, well, they don't really warranty a lot of their work. And what I mean by that is, like, if you go in for a service, they perform a service and something messes up because of that service, they'll either cover it or they won't. And that's just due to some of them have only been around for a couple years. Some of them aren't even really, you know, fully established businesses. And there's not a major manufacturer backing them. So nothing wrong with that, but that's just a risk that you're willing to take. Again, I've used them previously, but for big stuff like this, and especially engine stuff with this thing, I am going to go to KTM specifically. Oh, and side note, if you ever want to put these carbon fiber ones on your 690, you can never see to adjust your chain because it covers it. So if you want to adjust your chain, you got to take them off. So I'm probably going to try to cut them and see if I can actually get some windows in there. I mean, I've already cut the absolute crap out of them, so why not a little bit more? Which brings me to today, as I remove a majority of the stuff that I can take off by myself so that they don't charge me. Because at the end of the day, this service is probably going to be, I don't know, close to $1,200. So what we're going to do is finish taking some stuff off, loading the van, and then we're done for today. I got to bring it tomorrow. And to think we came from the Photoshop drawing all the way to this thing. Wow. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. The wheels make it better though.
Now you give him everything you want, you understand?
So this thing is dropped off, a couple days until we can get it back, and then we can actually go riding. Woo! I love looking at bikes. Woo! All right, it's back. First ride since it's come back from its major servicing, and as you can tell, that oil is clean. And there's a fun story because this is new, this entire side of the motor. Yeah, clean fluids, wheels look good, no scratches, what I'm concerned about, but you know. All right, here we go, let's get into it.
Alright, everything seems to work. Right? Maybe? I don't know, it feels weird. I don't know why. It's the same bike. Oh, I forgot all this construction. Oh, man. Oh, water too. Woo. Oh yeah, we're back, baby. Woo! Oh, I forgot how good this feels. Oh man, need to quit losing it. So the problem was that this thing took 3 weeks to get done. Now, I was gonna go ahead and just absolutely destroy dealerships as a whole, but let me explain this a little bit deeper. And then I guess we'll get to a conclusion. I don't know, maybe, sometimes. Stick around for the enjoyment. But I dropped this thing off, 3 weeks ago. I had an appointment for this 6,000 mile service for like almost 2 months on their calendar to make sure that I could get in, because I knew it was going to be the start of the season. And at the start of the season, there's always a billion people trying to get in. So anyway, so nothing happens in that first week. I mean, they don't even look at the bike, they don't touch the bike. And it's kind of like, dude, I've been on the calendar for almost 2 months now. I bought the bike from you. What? So anyway, start of the second week, they call and they go, hey, by the way, one of the bolts, specifically the one that holds on that the cap for the oil filter on the side, on the clutch side of the motor, yeah, they got to replace the entire clutch cover on that side of the motor. Like the entire thing, like the whole thing. Like all of it. It's got to come off because one bolt is just in there. And, well, you know me and breaking bolts, and I do quite a good job of tightening things down far too tight. So they had to order that side of it. And all of a sudden my bill was close to, $1,900, $2,000. And I'm thinking, you know what? I don't care. I just want the damn bike. I want it. I want to ride. It's been nice out, besides some rain. So then fast forward to just yesterday. Called, bike was done, was able to go pick it up, and now we're riding today. And they were able to take some, money off the top. And what the f*** are you guys doing? Come on. Take some money off the top, which was awesome of them, and they always do a pretty darn good job. But walking into the situation, I mean, I wanted to kill somebody, It's taken 3 weeks. It's taken for a hello. It's taken forever to get anything moving, and it's kind of like a, what the f*** is going on?
Oh my God!
Wow, just trying to fix my gloves because that was awkwardly close for comfort, but we can always blame people, or you're not looking, but in reality, I feel like half the time motorcyclists like myself are complete and total idiots, so, that always helps, right? This poor little horn is gonna just fall off. Me. How come nobody pays attention? Oh. Yeah, but at the end of the day, every once in a while to have actual professionals look at your bike isn't a bad thing. When you break down the invoice, I probably spent over $800, $900 just in labor. Materials probably $200-300, but the labor is what gets you. With the amount of things that I've done to this bike and things that I've showed you guys how to do on this channel, you should be able to save yourself some money. But that doesn't mean that it's not a bad idea to have the professionals look at her every once in a while. And for the first time in 3 years, aside from, when I broke it with the Power Commander, it went to that dealership for service. So I'm okay with that, as long as it's not every 6 months. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little bit more about the dealership process and what the 6K service looks like on this KTM 690 SMCR, as well as the rest of the LC4 motors. And if you got anything left, put it in the comments down below. I'll try to put absolutely everything that they did to this bike in the description so you can see verbatim which you could skip, which you may not be able to do, and what may be a good idea for you to let the pros handle. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and until next time, remember, keep riding.
Now you give him everything he wants, you understand?